Alright, so Super Smash Bros. Ultimate being pretty much done by this point. Well, technically it's been done ever since Sora's inclusion back in 2021. I did catch a couple of videos online, just with people formulating the characters that they would keep versus the ones that they would drop off for the next Smash Brothers game. I am one of those who believes that we will receive another Smash Brothers game down the line. It's just a matter of when. More than likely, the series will probably or go through a bit of a reboot. That's how I feel. Not try to stray too much from what made Smash Brothers, but kind of touch things up a bit. Kind of spice it up and just kind of reboot it a little. Smash Ultimate does have a lot of characters with the character select screen displayed, obviously. So I feel like the next Smash Brothers game will not include as many characters as Ultimate. So that's something that we all just need to keep in mind. And so what I'm basically going to do is just kind of go through this list, kind of eliminate the characters that we don't need for the next Smash Brothers game. We're going to eliminate a lot of redundancy, get rid of the Drek. Obviously, a lot of Echo Fighters will be excluded. So we'll just kind of go through the characters that we'll keep versus the ones that we would drop. Again, this game has around, I would say over 80 characters, I believe. I think I counted the roster. I feel like we can probably trim this roster down to like half, if not less than half. So I guess let's just go right ahead and get started. We're going to start with Mario. Obviously, Smash Brothers is not the same without Mario. No brainer, Mario will be included. Don't really need to say much more about that. Same deal for Donkey Kong. It's been there since day one with Mario. Iconic character. So I will give him a pass that he will be in the next game as well. Same deal for Link. We will keep Link. I wasn't really a big fan of Link in Ultimate, to be honest with you. Wasn't really keen on his design. I don't care too much for the Breath of the Wild design, so I would actually give him the Tears of the Kingdom design. Or maybe Twilight Princess. I did enjoy that design a lot. But wasn't really keen on Link in Smash Ultimate, so hopefully we can kind of touch up his moveset a bit as well. And again, this list is just my opinion. Basically this is my vision for the next Smash Brothers game as if I'm in charge. So these will be the characters that I would keep. So then let's move on to Samus. Obviously we would keep Samus. She's an iconic character as well. Her moveset is starting to get a bit lame at this point, to be honest with you. I would kind of touch up her moveset a bit. There may be a lot of Samus players out there, but I just feel like she needs to be touched up a bit. Dark Samus. It is unfortunate, but we'll have to cut Dark Samus. Dark Samus is an Echo Fighter. We really don't need Dark Samus at this point. Even if Dark Samus is included in Metroid Prime 4, which I hope they are, it's just, a fighter that we don't need. Again, we're just trying to eliminate as much redundancy as possible. So we do have our first drop with Dark Samus. Yoshi. This may seem a bit unpopular, but at this point, let's get rid of Yoshi. I feel like he's useless. He hasn't really done much as far as game series. One thing that I'm also going to keep in mind, with this being my vision, I'm going to try to keep it to where we keep characters who are still a bit relevant and who have some fresh titles out. Obviously, we'll still keep a lot of the iconic characters, but I just feel like there's not much going on with Yoshi. And obviously, we can probably maybe try to incorporate Yoshi and like maybe Mario's moveset a bit for the next Smash Brothers game, but I see no value in keeping Yoshi. So Yoshi, you get dropped. Kirby, I don't really care too much for the character, but we'll keep Kirby. Why not? It's Sakurai's invention, even if he's not involved with the next Smash Brothers game. Alongside me, of course. We'll still keep Kirby in his honor. Fox, I know a lot of his previous games, or his previous game, I should say, on the Wii U wasn't really all that great. He hasn't really been doing too much. However, he's an iconic Smash character. It would not be the same without Fox. So I say we're keeping Fox. Pikachu. No brainer. It's Pikachu. So, Pokemon. So we're keeping him, of course. Luigi. Not keen on Luigi, of course, but people are, so we'll keep him, of course. He is basically the player 2 in gaming, so why not? I know they've changed his moveset a bit. Honestly, I would change up like maybe his up B move. I'm not really too keen on it. I know it can be a bit of a counter if you're close by, but I would just still touch up a bit of his moves. I don't like his recovery that much. Ness. Let's keep Ness. I know we haven't really seen a game from him in quite some time, but he's a bit unique in my eyes, so let's still keep him. Captain Falcon, same deal with him. Hopefully we get a new F-Zero game sometime in the future, but he's still a bit iconic. And then, the Falcon Punch, just his moveset in general, I say why not still keep him. Jigglypuff should have been cut a long time ago, in my opinion. A Kirby ripoff, basically. I know their movesets are a bit different, but not a fan of Jigglypuff. It's about time for you to get cut. Should have happened a long time ago. You made it this far. You had a good run. It's time to go. Princess Peach. She just came out with a new game recently anyway. She's still hot on the market right now. Yeah, I mean, she's been in like the most, I believe she's the only female character who's appeared in the most video games, so obviously we're going to keep Princess Peach. Daisy, I'm sorry, you've got to go. You're an Echo Fighter. We don't need you. Not saying I dislike the character at all, but we just don't need Daisy. She's not needed. We're going to keep Bowser, obviously, the main villain to Mario. I mean, no brainer right there. Ice Climbers, it's time to go. I know you were cut in Smash 4. I just really don't see any need for Ice Climbers, to be honest with you. What have they done recently? I don't even think there are a lot of players who play as Ice Climbers. I'm not really a fan of them, not even since Melee or even the Brawl days, so you can go. Sheik, I thought about this a bit long and hard, but in the end, let's keep Sheik. I feel like she's an important character. I mean, obviously she's Zelda. I know like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom referenced a lot of like the Sheikah, of course, being her tribe. So let's keep Sheik. I just feel like she's important and she's pretty fun to play as. So let's keep Sheik. Let's keep Zelda. I don't like this design of Zelda, so I would probably give her Breath of the Wild design, or if we can just revert back to her Twilight Princess design. Just one of those two, but not this one. But we're going to keep Zelda. I mean, obviously she's the princess that Link has to save from The Legend of Zelda, so no brainer. Dr. Mario, let's go right ahead and cut him. He's not needed. He was cut since Brawl, I know, and I know he returned in Smash 4, but he's just redundant to Mario, and again, we're trying to eliminate as much redundancy as possible. I'm not really too keen on some of his moves in Ultimate anyway, especially his cape move. I feel like his range is just really, his over B, his side special, I just feel like his range is really minuscule compared to Mario's. But we don't need Dr. Mario, we already have Mario, so he can go. Same deal for Pichu, who still damages itself after electric attacks. Useless, useless, useless. So Pichu can go as well. We already have Pikachu, which is a much better Pokemon anyway. Falco. It pains me to do this, but I say Falco needs to go. I know Falco was basically like Fox during the Melee days. I know he has the little kick reflector shield out for his down special. They changed him up throughout the games, but I'm not really a big fan of Falco, and I mean, he's just another one of his partners. It's like, if we have Falco, why can't we include Slippy or Peppy or some of the other characters from the Star Fox series? So, we already have Fox. Falco, you had a good run, but it's time for you to go. Marth, we're going to keep Marth, the face of Fire Emblem, the OG Fire Emblem. Yeah, no brainer right there. We're going to keep Marth. He's an iconic character as well. Lucina, I'm going to be biased towards this because Lucina is one of my favorite video game characters of all time, to be honest with you. To me, she represents strength, and I like that. I say we're going to keep Lucina. Now, I know she's a bit of an Echo Fighter to Marth. What we're going to do for the next game is basically give her, well, I guess I'm going to spoil it for the next drop-off, but we're going to give her Chrom's moveset for the next game. So, with that being said, I can just go ahead and skip to Chrom. Chrom, you're going to go. I know you came from Fire Emblem Awakening, and which was an important game to the series, which saved the series, basically. So we need to keep a character from there. So we're going to keep Lucina, and again, we're going to just give her Chrom's moveset to keep her in. So we're keeping her regardless. Young Link, he can go. He's basically, well, they changed him up a bit from Link. One thing that I know I mentioned I don't like Link too much in Ultimate. One of the reasons why is because he doesn't have his grappling hook. I know they gave that to Young Link, but I just feel like Young Link's not needed. Again, it's redundancy that's just not needed for the franchise at all, so he can go. Ganondorf, no brainer. We're going to keep him. We're going to give him his Tears of the Kingdom design because he looks like super awesome in that game, so no brainer. We're going to keep Ganondorf. Mewtwo, we are going to keep you, Mewtwo. We're going to keep you. I feel like Mewtwo's an iconic Pokemon alongside Pikachu. Don't know why they were cut in the first place in Brawl, but we're gonna keep Mewtwo. Iconic Pokemon and a cool looking Pokemon as well. Roy, sorry Roy, you gotta go again. I know you're dropped a bit. What was that, in Brawl, I believe he was dropped off. And then he came back in Smash 4 as DLC. Your moveset's just not needed. And so yeah, you're just a bit of a forgotten character to me. And we already dropped Chrom as well. Mr. Game & Watch, I know is an iconic character, has been around since I believe the 80s. I've never owned a Game & Watch, to be honest with you, but in my vision, you've had a good run, but it's time for you to go. So you will have to get dropped off as well. Sorry about that. We're going to keep Meta Knight, of course. Great moveset. Even though you got nerfed to the ground since Brawl, you're still a fun character to play as, especially in contrast to Kirby. So yeah, we're going to keep Meta Knight. We're going to keep Pit as well. I mean, I know Kid Icarus came out a while ago, but we can keep him for reasons, I guess. Yeah. I mean, he's a fight character anyway. Some people enjoy playing as him. Unfortunately, Dark Pit, you have to go. You're an Echo Fighter. You're basically Pit version 2, in my opinion. I do prefer his side special as opposed to Pit's, but I mean, maybe we can just kind of incorporate that in his moveset, but basically identical characters. I feel like Dark Pit's not needed, so just really a no-brainer right there. We're going to keep Zero Suit Samus. Yeah, I mean, we have to at this point. She's great. I mean, she looks good, she fights good, she's quick, she reminds me a bit of Sheik. They're two of my favorite characters to play as, so why not? Zero Suit Samus, you've been on a good run, and you're going to continue that run. Wario, we're going to keep you as well. I feel like you're a good foil to Mario in a way. He has a bit of a unique moveset. Yeah, so I mean, we're going to keep Wario. Snake, you were the first third-party character to appear in Smash Brothers. I know this will probably have to go through a bit of licensing, especially with Konami, but why not? We're going to keep Snake as well. Snake, you will still be in the next Smash Brothers game, as long as I am making it. Ike, and I like playing as Ike in Smash, I really do. But of course, sadly, we have to cut you. You haven't really been doing much as far as your games. I mean, obviously your games came and gone, and it really didn't sell well. Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, especially Radiant Dawn, even though FYI, Radiant Dawn is my favorite Fire Emblem game to date. Of course, a lot of people disagree with that, but I don't care. I like Ike, of course, in Smash Brothers, especially his older design in Smash 4, which you can still use in Ultimate, but unfortunately, you have to go Sir Ike. Pokemon Trainer. Alright, so here's a little caveat with this one. We're going to get rid of Squirtle and Ivysaur, but we're going to keep Charizard. Charizard was awesome in Smash 4. I enjoyed the Rock Smash attack. And I believe, I don't know if he had that attack in Brawl. I know he didn't have both of his attacks, his charge move and his Rock Smash, but he's going to keep both of those attacks, and we're going to keep Charizard as a standalone character. So there's a bit of an asterisk with this one. So we're going to remove the first two Pokemon, but we're going to keep Charizard. So I guess in a way you would say we will kind of keep Pokemon Trainer, but we'll keep Charizard. I mean, I don't know how we'll kind of incorporate Pokemon Trainer for the next game anyway, but Charizard's in. Diddy Kong, you have to go. You're basically a sidekick to Donkey Kong. It's like if we have Diddy Kong, then we should just have Candy Kong as well, or Lanky Kong, or Funky Kong, or whatever other Kongs there are. I just feel like you're not needed. There are probably players who enjoy playing as you. I don't really play too much with Diddy Kong, but you can go, unfortunately. Alright, Lucas, you're basically like Ness, but a stronger and slower version. I really see no point in keeping Lucas around, especially if we have Ness. So we're going to get rid of Lucas. Lucas will be dropped. Sonic, the second third-party character to appear in Smash. I mean, it's really a no-brainer. We should still keep Sonic. We have Mario. We still need to keep that rivalry aflame, even though that rivalry is long gone. We can still kind of, picture that from the rivalry that they had in the 90s. So we're going to keep Sonic, of course, for the next game. That's really a no-brainer. King Dedede, we'll keep King Dedede. He's actually pretty fun to play as, and he can be the rival. Of course, he's Kirby's rival as well, so no-brainer right there. So let's keep King Dedede. Olimar, I know Pikmin, I think, came out with a game recently, but I just really see no value in having Olimar at all. Honestly, I feel like he can go. I'm just really not too keen on the character, in my opinion, so he can go. I don't know, maybe we can incorporate another character from Pikmin or protagonist, whatever. I don't really play the games that much. Lucario. I like Lucario. He's one of my favorite Pokemon, but we have Mewtwo in there. So obviously we can cut Lucario. Lucario was originally intended as Mewtwo's replacement. I know his gimmick is the more damage he sustains, the stronger he becomes. I believe that's a universal mechanic in Smash now. So with that being said, he's really not needed. I'll probably give Mewtwo some of his moves. Maybe we can give Mewtwo his aerial down A or his down special. But we don't need two characters charging up Shadow Balls and all of that. So Lucario, unfortunately, you have to go, my friend. Rob, useless. I know he plays really good in Smash Ultimate, but who knows or who cares what a Rob is, to be honest with you. He should have been cut a long time ago, in my opinion. So Rob, it's just not needed. Toon Link, another Link, he can go. We don't need 3 Links in the game, we only need 1. And of course, we're going to keep the original Link. Wolf. We're going to keep Wolf because he's Fox's rival. So we're going to keep him. He has a pretty good moveset. He was awesome to play as in Brawl. They changed up a bit of his move. I would say his movement, but also his side smash attack as well. They nerfed that to the ground in Ultimate. We'll definitely make you great, Wolf, in the next game. We'll make you a lot better than what you are. We'll also give him Falco's down B special where he kicks the Reflector Shield out. We can just take that from Falco. But we're going to keep Wolf in the next game. Villager, his face creeps me out. He can go. But honestly, he's just... I mean, we already have Isabelle, so why not? So let's just get rid of Villager. We don't need all these Animal Crossing characters. I know Animal Crossing is a high-selling series, but Villager, he can go. Mega Man, you had a good run, especially with your return in Smash 4, but you've really done hardly anything, to be honest with you, so you can kind of go. I don't even know what Mega Man game was the latest and when that even came out, but I see no value in keeping Mega Man, so Capcom, you can have him back. Wii Fit Trainer can go. Not needed. I mean, that's basically a remnant of the Wii era anyway, and we're kind of in like the Switch 2 era at this point, so we really don't need to look back, but I'm not really too keen on their moveset either, so Wii Fit Trainer can go. Rosalina and Luma, Mario Galaxy has come and gone a long time ago. Honestly, you are not needed, so you can go as well. I do enjoy playing as Rosalina and Luma. They're actually one of the characters that I play as a bit in Smash Ultimate, but you had a good run, but it's time for you to go. We don't need you. Little Mac, we're going to keep Little Mac. He has a good moveset. We're going to fix his recovery. That's one thing that should have been fixed ever since Smash Ultimate came out. His up B, we're going to tighten that up a bit, but we're going to keep Little Mac. I mean, he's a fighter. Smash, at its core, is still a fighter. I know it's not like a traditional fighter like a Tekken or Street Fighter or BlazBlue, but it's still a fighter. So we're going to keep Little Mac to represent that, to represent Punch-Out. Greninja. At this point, I don't think he's needed. We can probably find a cooler Pokemon than Greninja, so we can kind of cut him. Or even just a ninja-like character in the next game. So Greninja can go. Sorry, buddy. Palutena? We're going to keep Palutena. Let's keep hitting Palutena in case we need to, resume Palutena's guidance with the dialogue scenes. There's actually a lot of funny dialogue with it, some of that, when they're talking about a lot of the other characters that Pit's fighting against. So why not? I mean, I think she's a fun character to play as. We can probably touch up her moves a bit, but we're going to keep Palutena. Pac-Man. Sorry, Pac-Man. You had a decent run, but it's time for you to go. You can kind of go back to Namco. We don't need you. I just really see no value in keeping Pac-Man. What has Pac-Man really done lately anyway, so no point in keeping Pac-Man. Robin. Now, I know I'm probably getting a lot of flack for this since I'm keeping Lucina from Fire Emblem Awakening, and I know Robin is a unique character, a spellcaster character, but since we are keeping Lucina, let's get rid of Robin. But here's what we can do. We can actually bring in another Fire Emblem character, maybe from Heroes, or even Engage, who can utilize magic, or just even another character in general who can utilize magic, but we can get rid of Robin. I'm sorry, it's unfortunate, but Lucina kind of took your place, buddy. Shulk. Let's get rid of Shulk. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 came out. We can probably just replace him with Noah anyway. So, Shulk, you had a good run. You're actually pretty fun to play as, but again, you can be replaced. Your game is actually great. I still think Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is the best Xenoblade game, but again, we have Noah. We're kind of trying to keep things fresh and a bit relevant and new at this point. So let's just kind of replace him with Noah, but let's get rid of Shulk. Bowser Jr., I know there's some fun with his moveset. And I mean, of course, he's the son of Bowser, the big bad in the Mario series, but I just feel like he's not needed. We don't need another villain, a secondary villain pertaining to that. We already have Bowser, so let's just get rid of Bowser Jr. He's not needed. Duck Hunt. Let's get rid of Duck Hunt. I mean, you had a good run, I guess. Smash 4, Smash Ultimate. You're not needed at this point. We can find a better replacement. I know you're a revolutionary character, I guess, with the Duck Hunt gun and all of that stuff, but you're not needed. Ryu. We're actually going to keep Ryu. We're going to renew that license with Capcom and keep Ryu. And, I mean, he's basically from the godfather of fighting game, Street Fighter. So I feel like his inclusion was really beneficial in Smash. I know he can be annoying to play against at times or fun to play as, so why not? We're going to keep Ryu. However, the same cannot be said for Ken. We're going to get rid of Ken. He's always been the clone to Ryu. And I know I'm saying that even though we're keeping Luigi as opposed to Mario. Luigi's moveset is a bit different from Mario's, but Ken is virtually identical to Ryu, just with different properties. Of course, he's more akin to fire. But again, he's not needed. We can just kind of drop that license off, and we can just kind of establish a new license with Capcom. Maybe we can bring in Chun-Li since she's the first lady of fighting games. So let's just get rid of Ken and just put Chun-Li in his place. So Ken, you can go. Cloud. In this day and age, I'm not really too keen on Square Enix, neither the Final Fantasy series. I just don't really like the direction it's gone. However, Cloud is still an iconic character. I did enjoy his inclusion in Smash Brothers, and I still feel like he's fun to play as. So we're going to keep Cloud. So I'm going to send my guys up to Square Enix and kind of just renew that license so I don't have to deal with them directly, of course. But we'll keep Cloud. I feel like that's good for business. Corrin, we're going to get rid of Corrin. Fire Emblem Fates came and gone, was the highest selling Fire Emblem game up until a certain Fire Emblem game that came out. But I feel like Corrin is not needed. Largely their game critically is not the most enjoyable with Fates. I think there's some good gameplay in there, but yeah. In regards to story and characters, Fates definitely fell flat. Corrin's moveset really isn't that bad, but we can replace them with someone else, either from the Fire Emblem series or just from a different series entirely, but Corrin's really not needed. I know one of the complaints Smash Ultimate received was just the number of Fire Emblem characters, which, to be honest with you, Fire Emblem is my favorite Nintendo franchise, but, I mean, I can kind of understand and relate, so I'll actually do what's best for business. Again, in my eyes, we're still keeping Lucina because I love Lucina, but we'll trim down a bit of the fat, especially in regards to the Fire Emblem series. Bayonetta, we're going to keep Bayonetta. May as well at this point. I think, I know some spoilers happen in Bayonetta 3 that I'm not going to list, but we can just honestly give her Bayonetta 3 design, but I say let's keep Bayonetta. Same for Inkling. Let's keep Inkling. I think Splatoon's still hot for Nintendo. They're a fun character to play as. They're pretty unique. Their inclusion in Smash Ultimate was great. So yeah, let's keep Inkling as well. Ridley, we're going to keep Ridley. Ridley's very fun to play as. There's really not much to say about this character. I mean, I know we were fans were wanting this character in ever since, I believe Melee or Brawl, but they were finally able to implement him in Ultimate. So that made a lot of people happy, including myself. Samus has a foil now, so let's keep Ridley. Ridley's cool. Simon. Castlevania I don't think Castlevania's really been doing too much lately. Maybe we can I think let's just drop Simon. We can replace him with another character from that franchise. I forgot that one Castlevania-like game that came out. You play as the girl, I forgot it, but maybe we can replace him with her or just have someone else entirely. But let's just go to Konami and not renew that license. Let's just drop Simon. Same deal for Richter. I feel like they're not needed, so let's just get rid of Simon and Richter. Don't need them. We can maybe establish other third-party deals with other companies. I do like Castlevania, but I just feel like they're just not needed for the next Smash game, in my opinion and in my vision. King K. Rool. Let's keep King K. Rool, so that way Donkey Kong has someone to rival with. He's pretty fun to play as in Smash Ultimate. A good little villain to have, so let's keep him. Isabelle, to be honest with you, I don't enjoy playing as Isabelle at all. I don't even really play as this character that much. I feel like this character is Drek, and I would like to eliminate them. But we do have a lot of Animal Crossing fans out there. I want to say unfortunately, but at the same time, I mean, it is a high-selling franchise for Nintendo. So at this point, let's just do the right thing, and we'll just keep Isabelle. Incineroar, I feel like Incineroar is a decent Pokemon, but let's just leave you as a Pokemon, but not a Smash character. I feel like we can replace Incineroar with a cooler Pokemon. I do prefer Incineroar over like Greninja, but I still wasn't really too keen on Incineroar. Maybe we can replace him with someone else, but let's just get rid of Incineroar. Piranha Plant, you have a good moveset, to be honest with you. Like, this thing plays really good, but I feel like you're Drek. You're just not needed. You're a Piranha Plant from the Mario series. Like, I mean, you're a free character in Ultimate, but yeah, that's it. I mean, fun moveset, but I mean, you're a Piranha Plant. Not much to be said right there. Joker, let's get rid of Joker. I do love Persona, and maybe we can replace him with like the Persona 6 protagonist or something like that. I wasn't really too keen on Joker's moveset in Smash Ultimate. Really was not. But, I mean, there's probably some fun with this character, but I've tried and tried, but just couldn't really get the flow of his moveset, so I wasn't really a big fan. I was a big fan of him being in Smash Brothers. That was awesome, that moment when he was announced at the Video Game Awards. But his moveset just really didn't resonate well with me, so let's just get rid of Joker. Again, we can probably replace him with another protagonist from a future Persona game. Hero, we're going to get rid of Hero. I know Dragon Quest is coming out with a new game. I would like to limit my number of meetings with Square Enix to use some of their characters for our game, so I feel like he's not needed. I feel like Final Fantasy's overshadowed Dragon Quest anyway. Dragon Quest XI was a great game, and Hero had a good run in Ultimate, I guess, but let's just get rid of Hero. We can incorporate maybe another character who utilizes magic again, since we do need to find one to replace Robin as well, so kind of find a character who utilizes MP or just magic in general for their attacks, but yeah, we can find a replacement for Hero. Banjo and Kazooie, I know they haven't really done much lately, and I know some fans enjoyed playing as them in Smash Ultimate, some didn't. I honestly I didn't really care too much for the character, to be honest with you, but I feel like Banjo kind of fits in Smash Brothers a bit. We still kind of want to cater to that younger audience, so let's keep Banjo and Kazooie. I feel like we can make money with them, so let's keep them. Let's keep Banjo and Kazooie. Terry, and I have recently just gotten into the King of Fighters franchise as well, but a lot of people still don't know who Terry is, and for our next game, we need characters who are iconic to represent our series, so I feel like Terry, unfortunately, will have to get cut. Maybe we can replace them with another fighter character, but King of Fighters just isn't as well known as like Street Fighter or some of the other fighting game franchises. Byleth. I'm probably going to get crucified for saying this, even though I feel like there are a lot of players who play as Byleth. I am actually one of them. I enjoy playing as Byleth. Let's keep Byleth. They're part of the highest selling Fire Emblem franchise to date, Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's a great game. Their moveset's pretty fun. I mean, of course, you have the male and female variant, so let's keep Byleth for the next game. Min Min. Really not too keen on ARMS. I don't think her moveset, to be honest, was really all that great anyway. We can probably replace Min Min with another Smash character. Well, not Smash character. Another character from ARMS, I should say. Or maybe just a different franchise in general. I don't know. I don't think we really need ARMS to be represented in Smash, but Min Min can go. Sorry. Don't need you. Steve, Minecraft. I know Minecraft is a money-making juggernaut at this point, but I know they're broken. From what I've heard, they're broken a bit in Smash. I don't really play as this character all that much. I really don't think they're needed, so I say let's get rid of Steve. We don't need Steve. I don't know, maybe we can utilize Minecraft as like a stage or something like that, but we don't really need the character. Sephiroth. Let's keep Sephiroth. I mean, he's cool. His trailer was iconic, in my opinion. That way we have someone that Cloud can kind of foil with. So unfortunately, we will have to work with Square again and renew another license for a character, but I say let's keep Sephiroth. And while we keep Cloud and Sephiroth, we may as well just English dub them at this point. So let's keep both characters, Cloud and Sephiroth. Really a no-brainer for me, to me right there, I should say. Pyra and Mithra. I enjoy playing as this character, mostly Pyra. I don't really mess with Mythra all that much. I always just keep her selected as Pyra. Really fun moveset, really fun character to play as. I play as her a lot, but unfortunately Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has come and gone. You're not needed. So I'll do what's best for business and drop you as well. Kazuya Mishima. We're going to keep him. We're going to keep him so he can represent the 3D fighting game franchise Tekken, which is booming right now. In honor of Tekken 8, we're going to keep Kazuya Mishima. I feel like he was a great inclusion to Smash Brothers. His trailer was also iconic, just like Sephiroth. So yeah, why not? That way we have, another fighter character that Ryu can tangle with. But let's keep Kazuya. Sora. Let me just go ahead and stop the music right now. I know Sora was a highly requested character in Smash Brothers, and I'm happy for those who were able to actually have their wishes granted with his inclusion in Smash Brothers. I know when that trailer first appeared back in 2021, a lot of people lost their minds. I mean, I kind of teared a bit when this trailer came out as well. I felt like it was a nice, heartwarming trailer with him being the final character in Smash Brothers to come out at this time. The final Smash Ultimate character. Some people enjoy playing as him. I hear he has a pretty fun moveset. To be honest with you, I personally do not have the character. I've seen his moveset though, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I have not purchased this character. I've just seen him played online or just like on videos as well. He looks pretty floaty to me, but we're not going to use Sora. Sora's not needed. He can stay in Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is another crossover series. I feel like we don't need a crossover franchise to cross over into our crossover franchise. So he can kind of stay in Kingdom Hearts. Again, to me, he's not needed. We don't need to work with Square for all of these characters. We already have Cloud and Sephiroth from them. So Sora, you can stay in Kingdom Hearts, buddy. It's been great having you, though. And then, of course, the Mii Brawler, Sword Fighter, and Gunner, we're going to keep them for the next Smash Brothers game, but we're kind of going to maybe touch upon that a little bit and maybe add maybe another Mii variant for you to customize. But yeah, so we're going to keep them, but they're not really like included in this list as characters. We're just really focused more so on the characters. So, as you can see, all of these X's are the characters that we're going to drop for our next Smash Brothers game, tentatively titled. Of course, the ones without X's are the ones who will return in that game. So, apparently, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, Charizard, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I was able to drop off the 80 plus characters that Smash Ultimate has to 40 returning characters. And I feel like that's a good amount. We can bring in these 40 characters for the next Smash Brothers game and then just introduce maybe a dozen or so newcomers, or if we even can, more than that. Just a lot of people have to understand making a fighter in a fighting game requires a lot of work. So let's just really ultimately keep our expectations in check. But I feel like this is a good start to to bringing in characters from this game for the next Smash Brothers game. Obviously, it's probably not going to happen, but if I was working on it, this would be my vision. These would be the characters that we would include from Ultimate into the next Smash Brothers game. So yeah, that's my list. All the characters that we will keep and drop for the next Smash Brothers game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care.